To all those who aspire to be remembered, from AJ161, aka ALL-JIVE 161, aka Adam 12. Greetings, my graffiti brothers and sisters, from an old pioneer and legend in the profession of graffiti. What I intend to do is reach out to those who were never really able to understand what compelled them to write, either their graffiti name or a symbol attesting to have been there. Certainly, when one realizes that one's life is limited and must end, that individual also realizes that fame is more valuable than fortune. After all, fame never dies. It was a day I would never forget. An important method was about to be learned by me. It was around the year and summer season of 1973. I had ventured out on my own. I never liked tagging with anyone else, especially when I learned where all the layups, parks, subways, and buses were. Going it alone also meant without my own brother, STAFF161. The underground subway layups were good for when it was cold or raining, but those type of layups could be a serious trap when the police were trying to catch you. So on that summer day, I went to the 4-line layup in the Bronx, way uptown near Kingsbridge Road. It was about 4:30 a.m. and the sunlight was coming into bloom. I had been a good distance down the tracks of the multi-line layup of about 40 subway cars. I had already completed at least 3 nicely colored masterpieces of my ALL-JIVE 161 tag, when all of a sudden it began to rain in a torrential downpour upon the tracks and the subway cars. I didn't panic. Frustrated at the downpour of rain, I said to myself, "Keep going, AJ, keep hitting." It was at that precise moment that I said the words "keep hitting" that I realized that the rain was hardly even touching the sides of the subway cars that I had been tagging. The reason being, the subway cars of the layups were on an angle, a curve, stretching down its aisle. But mostly, the rain was not hitting the sides of the subway car because of the direction that the wind was blowing. Wow, I said to myself, isn't this amazing? I can still continue on and tag out until completion. I finished several more masterpieces and went home to Hewitt Place, where I then lived, in the poor neighborhood of the South Bronx, and went to rest. The next time I had awoken, I thought back on my earlier adventure and the rain. What I always noted in my years of tagging at layups is that the police and many, if not practically all the riders, never like to be out in the rain, especially the police trying to catch a rider. Or in the case of those that were doing the tagging, they did not like to get wet just to get ahead. The police thought that the rain would deter vandals from going tagging, but not only were both the police and the scared wrong, but the rain, depending upon the direction the wind would be blowing, served to act as a complete cover against that element of Mother Nature ruining my masterpieces or tags. So from then on, I took advantage of those days when it would rain. There I would be, practically all the time, out there alone on some distant layup, bombing away and moving up to be one of the greatest geniuses and kings of graffiti. Instead of the old school record in which the lyrics said, "Rainy days and Mondays always get me down," I, ALL-JIVE 161, reversed the saying and instead stated silently, "Rainy days always got me up and helped me get around."